We want to thank you for being here. We recognize the commitment that you're taking to pursue excellence. You're just one step closer to achieving success. And the Institute is here to help at every step, wherever you are in your business journey. We've helped thousands of shops over decades and across the nation, from service advisor and manager training to a shop that's just starting out, or even those who are planning their growth, scaling from 10 to 20 to 30 locations. Those that are preparing for private equity sale, or even those that are succeeding their business to the next generation. The Institute and our many coaches with years of experience, both from inside and outside the industry, are here to provide education and tools to get you on your way. You do not have to do this alone. We hope you enjoy the content to come. For a better business, a better life, and a better industry, the Institute.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on when and where you are joining us from today. Hello, my friends. It is good to see you. My name is Jimmy Lee. I am with the Institute for Automotive Business Excellence, and thank you for joining today. We are going to have an amazing discussion today with a very good friend, someone who I met a few years ago at ASTA, at an ASTA conference, Tonnika Haynes. Thank you, Tonnika, for being here. You are awesome, and I love your hairstyle, sister. You are looking fly. This is nice.
It's like Jimmy. It's like yours. You're twin.
Yeah. I go 2-inch hair, and it stands right up. It gets out to about 3, and it just falls down.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it a little bit more, so we'll be twins in Pennsylvania when I come see you at Tools.
Yeah, hey, good. Yeah, you're gonna be at Tools. That'll be fun.
And I've got my jacket ready.
You do. I've got ready. I'll be bringing a couple jackets because Jaded Mechanic is supposed to be bringing my jacket back from Canada, and I'll be bringing him a new jacket.
Jeff had, what did he put, like one arm in your jacket?
Oh yeah, he looked like the big man in a small jacket. That man in a tiny coat.
I need footage. I need to see that.
Oh, sister. Oh, he was on the stage at ASTA. He's like, "Hey, can I wear your jacket?" Sure, of course you can.
I gotta find a picture of that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was last year. He was the panel.
When he was MCing. Yeah.
Which he had his back to us the entire time, talking to the panel.
That's funny. Okay, let's leave him alone.
We leave him alone. He did such a good job. I was very proud of him. He has come a long way in the industry. So thank you for joining, Tonnika. And how's Brown's Automotive? How's the family?
We're doing good. Everybody's good. You know, work and life is a roller coaster, and we are riding. But mostly up. So all good.
Nice.
Stuff. Yeah.
Nice. All good stuff is right. So in our discussion today, you are the rock star of Brown's Automotive. You are the rock star of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Love Chapel Hill. Been there a couple times. Absolutely gorgeous. I want to talk about Brown's Automotive and your journey. And I think we need to go back to 1980 when your dad founded Brown's Automotive after his service in the Marines. Hoorah to the Marines. My daughter's in the Marines. And our own Ryan Daly is a Marine. So back to that. Thank you to all those servicemen and women that are keeping us free and that are fighting for our freedoms. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. What do you remember about his journey in him founding the shop, the foundation of the shop? What do you remember 1980, 81, 82, 83? What do you remember of Dad setting up the shop?
So, of course, I was only 3. I don't remember a whole lot. So when I look at the pictures, I remember just how busy he was. He was always busy. He worked, I want to say Dad worked 18, 20-hour days. I remember summertime, spending all the summer with Dad and the dogs. We had dogs to keep me busy, and falling asleep on this blue leather couch and sweating to death because it was summertime. But I do remember my dad being so busy, but I enjoyed it because I would do anything to be around him still, just whatever. What are we doing? I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just going to be standing beside Dad to be with him. But a busy man is what he was. Yeah, worked all the time.
So did he have employees? Was there more than him, or was it him, a bucket and a wrench, and he ran the whole show?
So he did have employees. I want to say, I remember it only being maybe 2. or maybe 3 at the most in our older location in the beginning. But he was hands on. He didn't just do the office, Dad did office, and he was still the primary body man. And so he just had a couple employees. Um, but yeah, mostly him.
So Brown's Automotive was a body shop?
Yes, Brown's Automotive started as a body shop in 1980.
Oh
Yeah.
my word.
So
When did
I'm
that
from the body
transition
shop
to?
world. That's
Oh,
it. Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. So we started off as a body shop, and we were in this very small location for a very long time. And we moved to our current location. And when we did that, my dad built 2 buildings, because a lot of people don't know that insurance rates are very low. Still, I believe the insurance rate is about $42 to $44 per hour. I don't think it's above 50 yet. But here's the
wow.
kicker. Yeah, so if you get in an accident, front end collision or right 3/4 front, whatever, and you have suspension work that needs to be done, right? The insurance company only pays that existing labor rate. So at the time, I think when we got out, it was like 38 to 40.
Mm,
But I could take that same work to be done at a local mechanic, and they would pay them their full rate.
yeah.
And so you could sublet the work and they would pay it with no problem. So dad say, okay, I'm going to play this game too. He built 2 buildings. One was where I work now in the mechanic shop, different tax ID number, different name, and said, okay, well, I will sublet the work to myself. And so that's how we got into the service side of everything.
Way to go, Pops. That
Yeah.
is so smart.
Yeah. And so that's how we ventured into the service center. Hmm.
Oh, that is so smart. Way to
Yeah.
go. That is very cool. So, how old was the business when you moved to the current location, or what year was that you guys
We
moved?
moved in 2001. We moved was it 2001? We moved 2 weeks before 9/11.
Oh my word.
Yes. So we moved in like a location that was probably, I'm not really good with square footage, but I want to say about 30 times the size of our first location.
Yeah. Like,
There
we
was
don't have enough
construction.
furniture
Yeah,
to fill this place up.
right. There was construction on the highway in front of our building. They were widening the street, and 2 weeks before 9/11. So let's talk about struggles.
Yeah, that's a struggle bus for
We're still
sure.
here. We are still here.
You're still here and you're doing
Yep,
well and still
exactly.
kicking.
Yep.
That's good. That's good. So you moved into current location 2011. Was that the first summer that you were handed the reins and Pop said, "Have at it. Good luck, sister"?
Mm-mm. So summer I turned 16, so that would have been 93.
Oh,
We were,
you're at the old location.
yeah, we did at the old location just in the body shop. And it was the summer I turned 16 because I had my own car. I could drive back and forth to work by myself. And I get to work early in the summer, and dad looks at me and he says, okay, I'm going on vacation. Yeah, brother just left me there and told me to handle it. Yeah.
You're 16 and he's like, "Here's the keys.
That's how my
Here's the
father
checkbook.
teaches any and everything. That's how he's going to teach you. You want to
Welcome to
learn
the
how to
deep
swim?
end."
Let's go. Yeah, yeah. You want to learn how to swim? Let's go to the middle of the lake. I'll push you in order. But did you die? Like the whole "but did you die"? That was way before that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how he taught. But then people say, well, you're only 16. I know as a mother now, and I know as his daughter for the last 48 years, that he was teaching me the whole time. I had been taking classes from William Brown since I was 3. So in
Yeah.
order for this man to leave his 16-year-old daughter alone for what, 2 or 3 months, he already
He
trusted me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he had taught you for, let's call it 13 years.
Right.
You were in tutelage for 13 years. You had a master's degree in running the shop
Yep.
where most people, mm, they're
Yeah.
not even close. So speaking of that dynamic, you mentioned it just here in the same sentence, your father and William Brown.
Oh yeah.
What's the difference between working with dad and working with William Brown?
I've never worked with my dad. My dad has me rotten. I'm spoiled. Oh yeah, daddy, I need a dolphin. Okay, I'm on the way to get you a dolphin, baby. I am spoiled. But William Brown, that's a different person.
Yeah.
William Brown is a teacher. He's Mr. Miyagi. Like, so how do you teach a 16-year-old girl to run your shop, or any 16-year-old girl or boy, to leave them at the shop, your business, and you just leave that way. Because for the last 13 years, I was straight up doing some wax on, wax off, and didn't really know that I was practicing karate moves. You get it? Like, we have to think about the Karate Kid. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Coat on, coat off, wax on, wax off, paint up, paint down. And then at the end of that, when it was time to fight, it was just natural for him. And so when it was time for me to fight, it was just natural.
You were
So yeah,
ninja.
that's
You
yeah.
were
William
ninja.
Brown is the what do you call him? Sensei.
He was your sensei. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
right.
So 13 years of training, he hands you the keys. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, when we say he says, I'm going on vacation, was he
No,
gone?
he's gone. No, he was. I mean, he was at home. I don't know what he did between office hours, but he was not at 102 Cobb Street, so he was gone. No, huh.
Wow. Wow.
I
I
mean, I
love
know like that's not true. He had to. For the people that know my father and the people
Yeah.
that are watching this or that will watch it, they're laughing because they know that's who he is. So yeah, that's how I was taught. So here, go do it. But nothing. Go do now. Love you. Bye.
The butts have it. Get down.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Do you feel like that training prepared you, like you were ready, or did you feel like you were still unsure?
I'm pretty sure I was still unsure,
Yeah.
but you can't you can't live like life like that. I wasn't raised like that. You didn't That wasn't an option for you to sit back and say, well, what if it's going to be fine. So if you're going to fail, you're going to fail forward. Like before all these cliches came out, this is how I was raised. So if you're unsure, we'll talk about that tomorrow, but right now we've got stuff to do. So I
Yeah.
couldn't sit and have a pity party because I have customers and employees and cars to fix. So
Yeah.
maybe at night when I went home, I might have cried in my pillow or whatever and had to come to Jesus. But from 8 to 5 or whatever the hours were, there was no room for that. And
Right.
I'm not stressed. So, like the people out there that are watching, like, that seems so cruel. It's not. That's actually what a lot of people need.
Yeah.
That push, that, I mean, not a gentle push, but a shove and like, go and do it and do
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Yes. Well, for sure.
Right.
For sure. Do you feel that because of your upbringing, you have raised your sons the same?
Yes, poor kids. And I know when people see them online, they think they are spoiled because, again, they have their mom and then there's Tanika. But I know, and as they get older, so they're 19 and Santana will be 21 in a couple weeks. When your kids come back and they tell you things in a light that, hey, they got it, like they were listening, or when they're comparing themselves to other kids, like, mom, this dude cannot find his way out of a paper bag. Because it's real. Like these 20-year-old kids don't know how to do anything because we coddled them a lot. I mean, I love my boys from the moon and back. I mean, if I could pick them up and put them in my pocket, I would. But I
Right.
know they can't live in my pocket.
No.
The world is no matter the world is ugly. It's cutthroat. People are mean. Society is a mess. You're gonna find people in your life that are gonna bring you in and take care of you and love on you. But for the most part, the world doesn't give a crap about you. And that sounds so mean. And I'm pretty sure the comment section is gonna flip out, but it's not a lie. And I wasn't gonna raise my kids on a lie.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, suck it up, buttercup. You fall down, get up and try it again. Their knees are skint up. There's plenty of blood on my carpet. They went outside to play and they smelled really bad when they came in. They did
Yeah.
sports, but they didn't do sports because I thought they were going to the NBA or the NFL or whatever. Like Santana's a big joker, but that's not why I put them in sports. I put them in sports to be coachable.
Yes.
I put them in sports so they would have to listen to other people because they
And
will have to listen to other people in the world. Like,
totally.
even you got to think in families now. When I got in trouble as a kid, you got in trouble with everybody because it was a village, right? You got in
Yeah.
trouble with the neighbor, the little old lady up the street. Everybody heard about it. Everybody helped you raise. Like, I thought coaches were very important for them. Their grandfather, William Brown, was very important. So, yeah, I was very strict, but with a purpose. And now I can see the difference in my kids. versus some others. But we won't talk about that.
No, well, I'll tell you a quick story about my son.
Hmm.
We were at church and somebody came up to me and he says, "Hey, can my son hang out with your son?" I was like, odd request, but yeah, sure. Why? Well, your son seems to have street smarts.
Hmm.
Like he's got common sense and my son doesn't have so much.
Right.
Like, yeah, well, you're going to have to let him out. He's going to be able to have to go outside and stay out after dark.
Yes.
You okay with this? And he's like, ooh, let me check with my wife. Okay,
It's
well,
the boogeyman's out there, but the boogeyman's going to be out there when they're adults too. So won't we teach them about him now?
yeah, teach him, let him learn.
Yep.
Skin knees, skinned elbows. Yes.
Yes.
More, please.
Yes,
Yes.
please. Yeah. But now,
Yeah.
the kids are like this. They
Oh,
can't
yeah.
make eye contact and they can't have a conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. My girls, so I was a scoutmaster for 18 years and
Hmm.
I would take my girls out and coach and train and teach them. They knew all the knots and sharpened knives and light fires. And my daughter now is Marine and she's in Hawaii, but she's been deployed. And I think it has prepared her and them with confidence and ability to do stuff. I told my girls I would take you into any Boy Scout competition before I take any of these boys.
Well, but it starts early. You have to start early because you're training up teeny humans.
Oh yeah,
They're
yeah, for sure.
cute,
Yeah,
but they're not gonna be cute forever. You're training the next husband, the next wife, an employee, a boss.
yeah. Yes, yes. And in
So
fact, to your point there, Tanika, I was asked, why in the world are you a scoutmaster? You only have girls, because I had two girls. Um, um, and there's 3 years between the two girls, and then 5 years between my youngest daughter and my son. Why are you doing Boy Scouts? I said, well, one of these yahoos is going to want to marry my girl, so I'm going to make sure these yahoos are
right,
worthy.
exactly. And people forget about that. I think we do forget about that when it comes to raising kids, and we're so busy. But I
Yes,
mean, children are a gift. Sometimes
yes,
people are curse, but they're a gift. And God gives you this child and says, okay, what are you gonna do with it?
yeah,
You're just gonna get him a bunch of toys. What are you gonna teach him? You gonna wait for the school to do it? What is he
yeah.
gonna
No,
do when he has to go outside? And like the boogeyman is outside, and he doesn't recognize the boogeyman.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yep, totally agree. I think Crystal has said it very well that you're training these children while they're young because then when they get old, they'll remember.
hmm
And
and
Keith is
I'm at the phase of remembrance. I'm getting to hear it from my kids that they remember.
yes,
They
isn't
can
that
forget.
we're doing something right.
Yep.
We're doing something right. So now to the time in your life, 2016, you take over Brown's Auto. What does that look like? What's that transition? I mean, is this like when you turn 16 and Pop says, "Here's the keys. Good luck. God bless you.
Mm,
Love you."
actually, it was. I haven't thought about yes because listen, we're a body shop. We're just using the service department for to keep it in house. We
Right.
didn't market to outside. We didn't market Brown's Tire and Automotive is what it was called at the time. We didn't do any of that. And so when he retired and he made a decision to rent out the body shop, which I knew, and left me the service department, which I did not know. I didn't know. I didn't know anything about that. Um, Sister was mad. Jimmy was mad. I was mad and
Yeah.
sad because
Well,
it
you're
wasn't a
mad because here
conversation.
he goes, throws you in the deep end again.
He threw me in the deep end again. As a matter of fact, I think we should call him right now and ask him what his problem is. Let's get him on the phone. But
What do
no,
you
he
do?
did. He threw me in. But he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I look back. He knew what he was doing. He
Oh,
pushed me out of my comfort zone again. Nobody asked him to do all of that, but that's what he did. And
yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, because the boys were young, um, okay, all if I can just make this amount of money, I need this amount of money to break even, and then I just have to have this amount of money to make sure I can pay the bills. And I was just in a mindset of, okay, I just need to figure out enough to get by. And so I became the state inspection and oil change queen.
Oh
Yes,
goodness.
I would say yes to everything because that's what
That's what you knew.
somebody said to do. And I entertained all the bottom feeders and I ran myself crazy. I
Oh
did.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh
I think
yeah.
my average repair order, I look back, it was maybe $100, if it was that. Since we've been talking numbers, I just went back. It's like, oh my goodness, how far have I come? But yeah, and so I didn't have confidence, not but I did have it, I just didn't know it. So let me rephrase that. But yeah, he threw me on the deep end again and says, okay, what are you gonna do?
Now what?
Now what?
How do you like me
What do
now?
you like me now? So yeah. And people say, oh, you work for your dad. It must be great. It is great. It is great. But it ain't easy.
No.
Because he knows who I am and he knows what I can do. And at times we can doubt ourselves and dad wasn't having that. I remember in high school he would say if I would get a C, well, I don't have no average child, ain't nothing about your average. So what you get that for? I'm just like, I did okay. Okay is not good enough for William Brown. And neither it's not for me either. I've grown into that, but I'm more like him than I think, which is scary to say out loud. I'm just like that man. But if he wouldn't have pushed me, then
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be talking to you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad he pushed you. I'm glad you survived the deep end.
I
I'm
died.
glad that you are able to stand up to the challenges and you've trained and taught your beautiful boys the same principles, the same character, the same work ethic.
Yes.
And I'm glad
Yeah.
that they're coming back to you saying the same thing. Thank you, Mom. My friends really don't know what they're doing.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, mom, you remember, you know what my worst, best punishment was? I'm like, why are we having these conversations? And they can remember because that's how my father was. You
Yeah.
did something once. Oh, you were not gonna do it again. No, no. He taught lessons, not abusive. I mean, in 2025 standards, somebody probably should call it Department of Social Services, but hey, it worked. He does it
Mm-hmm.
too, Mom. Yeah.
Oh, it does.
So
It
yeah,
does.
a little
And
hard, tough love.
just as the song says, the children are our future, and we've got to train them right
Hmm.
because we don't want a bunch of marshmallows running the future.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, question for you about joining the Institute for Automotive Business Excellence.
Hmm.
What have you learned? What have you grown to? What were if you were to describe your experience to somebody else, what would you tell them?
So this has been good for me. Um, my coach is good. She's good. She can call me on my own bull crap because I got a lot of it, y'all. Um, I get in my own way, and one thing that I have not in the 9 years I've been completely on my own 100%. I've been afraid of the numbers and truly understanding them. In the beginning, you learn about your KPIs, you learn how to set your labor rate and whatever. But one thing that I struggle with is you thinking, okay, I'm $1 million shop, but hey, are you a profitable $1 million shop? What
There's a
is your
difference.
bottom line? There's a difference. What is your bottom line? Are you recycling money or do you have money to spare? And how
Mm.
much of that $1 million did you profit? Was it 8%, 11, 22? What do you know? And where's your money going? Like, how much did you spend on charity? How many elementary school charities can you donate to? What is your marketing budget? So, digging into the numbers and having the resources, um, I love it. I love it that you can just go and press play and listen to a class. I love the reporting that I get back every day, those daily emails that are telling you, hey, you're on track. Hey, you're not on track. But watching those numbers, which people are afraid of, I'm still afraid of them. That has
Sure.
been like one of the biggest things for me, actually seeing where my money's coming in, where it's going out, making adjustments so I can keep more in my pocket, making adjustments so you can pay your employees better, making adjustments so that I can actually offer benefits. I can't say that the institute did it, but before the institute, I didn't have health insurance, but now I have health, life, disability. vision. I can offer all of that stuff now because I know exactly where my money is and I know exactly how to spend it.
Well, there's most people that don't need lessons in how to spend it because they can spend it very well, but it's definitely more important to know where to spend it and
Where
why
to
to
spend
spend
it.
it. Yeah,
Exactly.
well, I love that. And you went to college for
I went
accounting,
I went to college for accounting, but here's the thing. My first couple classes, my eyes were crossing. Even now when I have to do my composite reporting, I will get a message like, "Hey, put your numbers in." I'm like, "Oh my God." Because your eyes start to cross and there's like a million numbers on there. And no. So I didn't graduate as an accountant. I just
right?
know I decided to change courses. Business administration is what I did, and management and marketing. So numbers are scary to me. I'm no accountant. I could
No,
fight people that develop QuickBooks. You know,
right? We
yeah,
want to
but
fight people that
I
develop.
do, but it has to be done.
Yeah,
It has to be done. If I'm going to succeed and I'm going to bring in a million or two or eight, you can't just be bringing it in and not budgeting and not balancing your checkbook. Well, that
right?
would be crazy now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad you're paying attention to the numbers. I'm glad you're able to know that the $1 million successful shop is the one that is able to have more money in the bank every year.
Right.
It's how much you
Right.
keep.
How much you keep.
Mm.
Hmm.
Is there what are some of the biggest successes or breakthroughs that you've had since stepping into an ownership or a leadership position?
Oh, that's a good question. Biggest success. It sounds arrogant, but I would have to say my self development. Don't know how to elaborate on that without crying, so I'm not doing this with you right now, Jimmy. LOL. But um, continuing to learn to
Yeah.
be myself, continuing to grow, continue to allow myself to be challenged by different things. Um,
Hmm.
I'm responsible for currently 8 households.
Mm.
So we talk about leadership, we talk about running the business, but I'm literally responsible for feeding 8 families.
And the roof and the utilities and the
Right,
shoes on the babies and the
right,
diapers.
right. So I don't get to crawl in a hole and cry and die. I have to step up. I have to move forward. I have to keep learning. And so the learning part of it. And I feel like, and I know people, oh, you're already doing it. Leadership. That's a good word. Like everybody's talking leadership, leadership, leadership. That is a scary word.
Yeah.
You know, um, Leading my family of employees,
Yeah.
being, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry because it really tickles my heart. But people are actually looking up to me in the industry, so that's weird. The direct messages, they're asking real business questions. I'm like, what you asking me for? I don't know either. I'm in the same boat as you guys. But yeah, just growing in myself, just
Yeah.
growing me.
How do you feel like your leadership has changed over, I mean, shoot, since you've been doing this in 96?
Mm. It's still a work in process.
Yeah.
Because William Brown was the leader forever, and then I had an employee mindset.
Right.
So changing your mindset from an employee to the boss or the leader, the business owner, making all those executive decisions, there's been a
How
lot of growth there.
it is. So how
Yeah.
can we prepare, or what advice would you give to an aspiring shop owner who is stepping out of the shoes of employee into the shoes of business ownership? How do they work on that mindset to be the boss?
I would change what is entering into your ears. For me, it started with a lot of podcasts, a lot of motivational speakers, a lot of books, a lot of audiobooks. Um, Reading is fundamental. I would tell somebody to find a business owner that you admire
Mm,
and get in their ear and ask for help. Because, you know, I've never been a mechanic. I can't turn wrenches. But here's
right.
what I can do. I can cook. A sister can cook. I can cook, man. I can make a mean macaroni and cheese. But just because you can do that doesn't necessarily mean you can go open a restaurant.
Right.
So I think sometimes in the forums and the Facebook groups, people are asking questions like, how much do I charge? People don't know how to set their labor rate to be profitable and to pay the bills. I will tell that person, take business classes because it's more than just fixing the car.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and with those nails, you are definitely not turning a wrench, sister.
No,
By the
that's
way, they're gorgeous. You have gorgeous nails. Love your nails. Um, so, what are you reading right now?
again, I am reading Profit First again. I'm going
Nice.
through that. We my favorite thing to read is nothing to do with business.
Okay.
It's The Alchemist.
Oh, I need to read that. I've heard that before.
So I actually don't read it every time. I listen to it on an audiobook probably twice a year.
Oh, wow. You really like this book.
The story is amazing. The story can apply to anybody. It's about finding your personal goal. He's going after these goals. It's hard
Yeah.
to explain, but I love it, the audible version, because it's a story being taught to you. So you don't have to really focus on the book because you can get lost in the pages. But once you listen to it over and over and over again, it sticks with you. And I
Yes.
started listening to it in the car when we take long trips with the kids. Like,
Yep.
we're going to be in here forever. We're going to listen to books. So that is the book that I listen to all the time.
Nice. It's like the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a
The
story,
Richest Man in Babylon. It's a
and
story,
you
just like
learn.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And a big shout out there to Parker's comment about go to your local chamber of commerce, take all the
Oh, yeah.
business classes and courses that you can possibly take, consume it, absorb it, sponge it.
Yep. And a lot of stuff is out here for free. I mean,
Right.
there's some things that the Institute offers for free. You've got a couple free classes in there. Um, there's free stuff available. You have to start somewhere, and the key word is starting. Like,
Yes.
I know it sounds cliche, but a lot of people just do not know what they don't know. Or they
Right.
think they know everything. If you know everything, then you might as well just be dead. You should always be learning.
Yeah.
Always. Nobody
For sure.
knows everything. Because even like, who is it? I'm not a sports person, but basketball. You think about basketball, you got five guys on the court. NBA. They're good. They're the cream of the crop, right?
Best of the
And on the
best.
side on the sideline, who's the coach? What does the coach look like? Does he look like them? Not necessarily. He can't do that anymore. He can't run up and down that court. He'd die. I mean, he's an overweight, older guy, but he's got the experience, right?
Yes.
And when the clock is at what? So the clock is at 10 seconds, right? Game's about to be over. It's tied. You've got these $1 million players looking for this guy on the sideline. What? Help me out, coach.
Yep.
Yeah, right, Stu. Even NBA players have coaches. So
Yep.
everybody should have a coach. And I know people, oh, coaches are stupid. That man took my money. Every coaching company is not going to fit every person or personality. But to not get one and to not need one, to think you need one, that would be like one of the biggest business mistakes that a person can make,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. Coaching companies have value.
Hmm.
Check it out. Go in there, be part of it, dig in deep. If it's not your jam, if it's not your song,
Don't do it.
bounce. Go find the next one. Go find the one that connects with you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, all these professional athletes that not only do they have one coach, they might
Right.
have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 coaches. I think of Michael Phelps as a swimmer. I was a swimmer in high school, and he had like 7 coaches, one for each stroke, one for his flip turns, one for his dive, one for his streamline. Yeah, you got to have multiple coaches looking out for you.
Right. Because you can't let your arrogance cost you money.
Oh, amen. Yep,
Yep.
absolutely, absolutely. Oh, okay. Oh man, we could. We could just keep going down this road of path, learning setbacks. Oh, yes. We learn more from failures than we do successes,
Yes.
Tonnika. What is one of your greatest, strongest, most impactful failure that taught you the most?
Keeping people too long.
Oh,
Employees. Yes. Um, what do they say? You have to be quick to
slow to
fire, slow
hire.
to hire, slow to hire, quick to fire. I had never practiced that. I've kept people in places too long. Um, and that's been it for me. And I'm still working on it. I'm a work in process, in progress. So keeping people too long, keeping the wrong person in that position. People are not always who they are in front of you. In the last 60 days, I've fired 2 service advisors. Hired and fired 2. You got to go. I would get up. Got to go.
Wow.
But it took a long time for me to get there because oh, I need them. I need them. You do not. And the quicker you fire them, the quicker you'll be forced to hire the next person.
Well,
So one of
and it's almost like you're attracting the right person. Like you've got to get rid of this bad apple
the
because the right person will not be attracted to your shop or to your business
right.
with this cancer or this bad apple in your community, in your culture.
Yeah, I've had technician that we had to fire, and when I fired him, it was like the sun came out in the back of the shop. I mean, everybody's attitude changed, and I'm sitting there like, if y'all didn't like him, why you didn't say something? We did. You were not listening. You thought
Oh,
you had to have them. It's like, oh, okay, so that was me. You put that on me. I'll take that. But it will mess up. They say one bad apple. It's true.
it's
All those
true.
cliches are true. So yeah,
It was,
I've had some hiring problems,
yeah.
but we're finding solutions now. Like the team I have now, very proud of them.
So, okay. So, and thank you. And I'm glad you're proud of your team. Do you hire? There's a question for, we've got a webinar coming up that's going to deep dive into this with Promotive and Mike Gross of Glenn's Auto out of California
hmm
into, are you hiring for skill or character?
I am focusing on hiring for character. The people that I've hired for character in the past are still with me. Resumes lie.
Yeah.
People lie. Trying to dig into someone's character and figure out who they really are, I'm struggling with that because I try to love and like everybody
Yeah.
most of the time. But the people that I've hired in the past for character, and I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna say his name. Everybody's name. I remember the first young man that I hired. He literally said, "I'm not a mechanic. I know how to change parts." He's been with me 9 years. I remember him saying that 9 years ago.
Wow.
He's got integrity written all over him. He's
Yeah.
my newest service advisor. She is 22 now, but she was 20 when she started with me. But I knew she was the one after hours of having a conversation. You know, I can teach skills. She can get training. Albert can get training. You have to want it. You know, everything else can be taught, but an attitude, integrity, you're born with that stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to coach that out of you.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, I've already
what's.
raised 2 kids. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yep, yep. We raised two. We're good. I like
Yeah.
what Stu said here that you hire for attitude, not aptitude.
hmm
That's
And
true
that's
because
hard to hear because you want to put somebody in that position and say, hey, you already know how to do it. I don't have to spend time and money. Yay, now I can leave and go to the
yeah,
beach. But no
yeah,
matter how much money they're bringing in, so they've got a $1,200 ARO. The customers hate them.
yeah,
So they sold that one job, they'll never be back.
yeah.
So
They
they
vote.
can, do this job in 50% of book time. Everybody else in the shop hates them.
Yeah,
And you're slowing down everybody else because there's so much venom back there.
yep. That's
So
tough. It's
it's a
tough.
it's a crazy struggle, but that's it for me. That's my struggle.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. So let's talk about today. What makes you the most proud about Brown's Automotive today?
That I can sit here in my house on a webinar and know that the people that are there running the show are doing a great job. That my community stands up for me. That when people walk in the doors and I see them and I'm not at the front desk all the time, that I can still remember their names and we can
Yeah.
catch up. Um, that we're not too big for our britches yet. That our customers are really celebrating our growth. So it feels good.
I love that. That's very cool. Very cool.
Yep.
What is the future of Brown's Automotive? What does that look like for Tonnika?
So that is something that everybody should ask themselves. And that's another one. Was it Simon said, know your why? So my
Yeah.
why has changed big, right? So like the kids are gone. My why was always about Santana and Jordan. It still is, but it's not my focus because they're adults now. So now that's been the question for the last year or so. What next? And for me, I know I say I'm not going to do it, but I think when I turn 50, I'll probably be a multi-shop owner. I might have another location. So that may be in the stars. We won't talk about it. But I want to continue to use my voice in whatever platform that I can build to encourage the youth to come into the industry. I think they get a bad rep. Also, and I want more women naturally to speak up, and come into the industry. Like, you imagine a young lady that's been wrenching with her dad or her pop for the last couple years, and she's really not interested in being in the back of the shop. There's a spot for her in the front of the shop.
Yeah.
So there's so many opportunities in the industry for our youth, and I want to highlight that. So I think my future is about not teaching and coaching because that's not me. I don't think that's me at all. But promoting the industry
And growth.
and growth.
I hear growth. I hear growth
Growth.
in promoting and communicating
Hmm.
and promoting the automotive aftermarket to the next generation,
Right.
both male and female. This is a great opportunity. There is a space here
Hmm.
for everybody, for whatever your interest might be, whether it's teching, wrenching, service advising, selling,
Marketing.
management,
Yeah.
marketing. Oh yeah, marketing, communication, social media, websites. Yeah, there's so much that can be done in this industry, and we just need more people to know about it.
Right. So I want to be a part of that.
I agree. Well, we will make sure and help in any way we can to make sure that you're part of that. All right, magic wand question. Now, before we ask the magic wand question, if there's any questions, comments, concerns that people have that are part of our audience, type in your questions now so we can ask Tonnika what your questions are. Put them in the comments so that we can ask and get some feedback from Tonnika, as she has just done such a phenomenal job with Brown's Automotive. I'm sure your pops is just so proud of you and what you've accomplished.
He says he is. I think he is.
I think he
I hope
is.
so.
Okay, well, we're not going to cry.
No, we're not
So,
trying to.
no, we're not doing that. Not today. Magic wand question goes into if you had a magic wand, Tonnika, and maybe it's a magic wrench for the automotive industry. If you had a magic wand and you were to wave this wand, what would you change about the automotive aftermarket?
I would change how the public perceives us. I would change. I wouldn't allow YouTube mechanics. I
Mm,
wouldn't allow people to just be able to go into AutoZone or wherever and buy parts and try to fix it. I mean, some things, yeah, but I wish we had more respect from the public. And sometimes I believe that some of that problem comes from us,
mm,
the industry itself. But I wish I could wave a magic wand and get some respect on our name for automotive professionals, because we're fixing one of the, maybe the second most expensive thing people are going to buy
yeah,
and drive their families around in it.
yeah,
Okay. It could potentially kill you or someone else. Yet they want us to be the cheapest The same conversations that customers have with the last minute stuff, and all the things that we all know that run us crazy, are not had with the HVAC company. They're
Or
not
the
had with the plumber, the electrician. You call HVAC and it's hot. It's 95 degrees outside and 110 in your house. And they tell you we'll be out to see you next Tuesday. You know what you say? Oh man, okay. We're going to charge you to come out there. And sometimes they will charge you a prepayment to show up. And you know what we say? Okay. But we do not get the same respect. So if I had that wand, Jimmy, and I would have some like rhinestones on it, it would be very glittery wand. Okay.
Of course it would.
Yes. That is, yeah, I would just make that happen for us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Your wand and my wand will be twins for sure.
Yeah. We
We
wanted
make that happen. Oh, I love that. The wave of the wand is for respect and perspective.
exactly.
I love it. I love it. All right, I got a couple of rapid fire questions I want to throw at you. This is a one-word answer only. Let's end
Uh-oh.
with a couple of quick hits. What is your leadership style?
Bossy.
What is your favorite car?
Mercedes.
Which Mercedes?
Right now I'm looking for S63 or G-Wagon.
Ooh,
I have just a E43 and a 400.
nice. Well, in that G-Wagon, that'll put some tax benefits for you too, by the way.
Yeah. I've been
That's a
working
good.
on that for a while, but I got to take it easy because I know what my numbers are. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Shop culture in one word.
Silly, fun. I had to say two.
That's okay. Biggest strength.
Ooh, pass.
One thing you never leave home without.
Red lipstick.
I
It
love
might
it.
not be on, but it's in my pocketbook because I got to be ready at all times.
Ready at all times. Biggest motivator.
My kids.
Oh, amen,
All
sister.
kids. All kids. But definitely my kids.
All kids. Yeah, yeah. Coffee or tea?
Tea, unsweetened.
Unsweetened?
Don't judge
Okay.
me. Judge your mama. Don't judge me.
Yes, ma'am. Late night or early riser?
Early riser. Perimenopause. I'm up at 4 a.m. Like,
Oh,
what?
4 a.m. Oh, you got a badge, sister. Oh my gosh. All right, last question. Legacy in one word.
It's got to be 2 words.
Go for it. 2 words.
Back on it, Jimmy.
We said we were gonna do this.
Santana and Jordan. My babies.
Amen,
Yep.
sister. It's family. It's
Yep.
family.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Megan. Yeah. Yeah. Family. At the end of the day, it's all about family. And thank you. Thank you for what you're doing in the industry. Thank you for your communication, your inspiration, your influence. Keep it going, sister. Keep it going.
All right, Jimmy. I will, and you too, because you're doing a lot, and we all appreciate you.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you very much. Appreciate the shout out because I'm a backup singer, but I'm a pretty good backup singer.
I'm singing in the background.
Yeah. So, and for the last couple of minutes here, we throw out a commercial for the Institute to say, hey, you know what? We're all in this together. It's a crazy storm. Not all ships are created equal, but if we lock arms and we do this storm together, together we can survive. Together we can make it. Together we can thrive. Together we can make sure that no one's left behind. Because this crazy aftermarket's all about building a better business, resulting in a better life for you as a shop owner, and the net result is a better industry for all. So come join us at the Institute. We'd love to meet with you to talk about your business. No judgment. We will talk about your numbers. No judgment. Where are you today? Let's do an analysis. Let's look at your numbers and see what can you do to improve. Or are you hitting on all 8 cylinders and you're doing a great job? We'd love to sit down and talk to you So as we conclude, there will be a QR code up for about 30 seconds to which you can scan that QR code and set up an appointment with me or my team, and we can sit down and look at you and look at your shop and look at your numbers. My name is Jimmy Lee. I'm with the Institute. Tonnika, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so much fun. I look forward to seeing you next week. Bring your bling bling.
Oh, I'm ready for it, Jimmy. You don't want none of this.
I know you are. I'm like nervous. I'm like, I need a different jacket.
I'm so sorry. People in the comments, inside joke. You should join the fun. Get a bling bling jacket.
Got to bring a jacket. Bring a good jacket.
Bring your jacket.
Love you all. Thank you very much. See you again soon.